This presentation looks at research regarding multitasking in secondary and post-secondary classrooms, as well as students' attention spans in a classroom and how this correlates to an increase in technology use over the years. It was found that there is some sort of relationship between an increase in technology use, multitasking, as well as decrease in attention span found within students at both levels. It is no surprise that as technology use is on the rise, so is the fast decline in students' attention span at school. Within the last decade, a lot of research has been done at both levels. There is a clear correlation in the studies between the confidence students have in their multitasking, an uprise in their technology use, and their low attention spans and the success of students in the classroom. This new generation of students that are currently in secondary and post-secondary schooling are part of the generation that also needs to be always on, meaning that they're always connected in some shape or form. Current students have more daily distractions in their life than ever before. Most students today have some sort of handheld device that has internet access capabilities. While not only performing their day-to-day responsibilities, kids are constantly checking their phone for messages, emails, phone calls, and social media, just to name a few. From researcher Delalio, it was found for many of us this leads to multitasking, meaning performing two or more of these tasks at the same time, which for many has become common behavior. Studies done by Willingham have shown that when someone is multitasking, the attention is not necessarily being shared between the two tasks like some of us might suspect. Instead, the mind is constantly task switching as a person switches between the two tasks that they have at hand. In their video, Willingham discusses that when people are multitasking, there is always some sort of a cost attached because of the switching between tasks versus our non-existent ability to be able to cognitively share between multiple tasks at one time. Whereas younger generations have grown up with this multitasking behavior, older generations are now trying to learn. This has now affected students' behavior and their confidence in their abilities to multitask, which has in turn affected the length of their attention span in the classroom. A study was done by Microsoft back in 2000, which showed people's attention span was 12 seconds. Fast forward to today, it's only 8 seconds shorter than that of a goldfish. Educators are now facing conflicts in the classroom between what they believe is the most effective way for students to learn and what students believe. All students learn differently. However, many studies have been done regarding the fact that students learn better when they write it down using old-fashioned pen and paper versus the strategy that many students prefer to be taking notes on their laptop during class. Given the nature of this confident multitasking generation, it takes a level of skill for a student to use their laptop during class solely for a note-taking purpose. As Kramer mentions in her TED Talk, there are so many pop-up distractions that students are presented with when surfing the internet, making it very hard for students to stay focused on any one task even when they're trying their best to do so. In a study done on 5th grade math students, students were able to better manipulate the visual on the screen with a touchscreen tablet versus a pen tablet, leading to less distractions. In regards to student interaction, the researchers found more pointing gestures happening within the touchscreen tablet, leading to more positive interaction and collaboration between students. Another study was done on laptop use throughout the span of a college lecture. Researchers found that students underreported their use and the number of distractions they pulled up while using their laptop during a lecture. The researchers found that the more a student instant messaged during the lecture, the lower their academic success because of that influx of distractions. The conflict between educators is on the rise when it comes to discussing technology use in the classrooms today. Like Benson, some believe that they are just adapting to their environment by Googling information. Hamaday, who has a Twitter account that she uses for teaching, not only posts assignments or motivational messages, she also shows how Twitter could be used for both professional and social reasons. A study was done in a college-level management course to research the benefits to using or not using clicker technology in a classroom to attempt to keep students more engaged. The researchers found all good positive results, showing students were more engaged, they did better on assessments, and it increased the participation rates in the class. Another study was done with NASA on how to help students cope with ADHD using biofeedback training and the programs pilots would use to train them for long flights. Using this biofeedback training to help students learn how to adjust their brainwaves to meet their necessary target, using a fun, entertaining game to achieve this goal while engaging students in learning. Educators can treat their classrooms like they're running a business by making sure they present content that matters to their audience as well as relevant messages and meeting our audience where they are, meaning online or on social media. Just as companies need to follow these guidelines, it could be helpful for educators to do the same by creating a hook at the beginning of each lesson or unit. Although it is not a new topic, technology is on the rise, and even the most current research being done in regards to this issue can be considered old news. With the rise in technology use, children are being given cell phones at younger ages that have internet capabilities to utilize by going on the newest social media. A study was done at a college near the Rocky Mountains, which focused on students' attitude and awareness towards multitasking, being the first of its kind to do this research. Students need to know and need to be made aware of the damage this is causing on them and their learning process. However, this continues to be a battle between educators and even students today. Researchers from the Rocky Mountain studies have had the students self-report their frequency of multitasking rather than self-reported time for multitasking. They found that student technology use is highly attributed to their anxiety without technology and dependency on the technology rather than any actual preference for multitasking. Further research should continue to look at the aspects of anxiety and dependency that students are facing in regards to technology use, and how that can also affect their attention span, as well as their ability or confidence to multitask in the classroom and its correlation to their learning process, as well as their success. Future research needs to focus on studies being done regarding kids being exposed to technology and social media at a younger age, with easier access to internet and various social media applications, and how this is affecting their multitasking rates as well as their attention spans while they are learning in the classroom.